Today, I'll tell you a story of a young man named Arjun who walked into the jungle in search of the secret to defeating fear, and how an old wise man changed his life forever. Arjun lived in a small village at the edge of a great forest. From the outside, he looked strong and healthy, but inside, and he carried a silent battle. He was afraid to speak up, afraid to chase his dreams, afraid to fail. Whenever opportunity knocked, fear whispered, "You can't do it. What if you fail? What if they laugh at you?" And so Arjun stayed silent, stayed behind, and watched others move forward. One evening, after yet another day of regret, Arjun made a decision. He had heard stories of an old wise man who lived deep inside the jungle, a man who held the answers to life's greatest questions. So Arjun packed a small bag, said goodbye to his mother, and walked into the forest, determined to find the secret to defeating fear. The path was not easy. The trees grew taller, thicker, shadows stretched longer, strange sounds filled the air. The further he walked, the louder his fear became. Every rustle made him imagine danger. Every snap of a branch made him think of wild beasts. But he kept moving, whispering to himself, "I must find the truth. I cannot live like this anymore." After hours of walking, he reached a clearing. In the middle stood a massive banyan tree, its roots like walls, its branches stretching toward the sky. Beneath it sat the old wise man, his eyes closed, his face calm, his presence peaceful. A long silver beard, simple clothes, and a wooden staff resting in his lap. Arjun bowed deeply. "Master," he said, "I have come from far away. I am tired of living in fear. Fear controls me, weakens me, and steals my dreams. Please tell me the secret to defeating it." The old man slowly opened his eyes. They were deep and kind, calm like a quiet river. He smiled gently. "Sit down, my child. If you truly wish to defeat fear, you must first understand it. Tonight, you will not only hear my words, you will experience them." As Arjun sat beside him, the jungle grew darker. The cries of nightbirds echoed, and unseen creatures rustled in the shadows. Fear began to rise in his chest again. The old man pointed toward the darkness. "Do you see how the shadows grow as the sun sets? Fear is like this darkness. It spreads quickly and makes everything look frightening. But watch." He lit a small torch. Instantly, the shadows pulled back. The trees, once terrifying, now looked ordinary. "Fear," the old man said softly, "is like these shadows. It looks powerful, but it disappears when light comes. The light is knowledge, courage, and action. Fear grows only when you stand still in the dark." Arjun listened carefully. "Master," he said, "how do I bring this light into my life? My fear feels so real, so strong." The wise man nodded. "Words alone are not enough. You must face fear directly. Tonight you will do three things in this jungle. Each will reveal the truth about fear." Arjun's heart pounded, but he agreed. The first test began soon after. The wise man led Arjun to a rocky path where the sound of rushing water filled the air. At the edge, Arjun saw a narrow wooden bridge hanging over a fast, dark river. The bridge shook in the wind. The water roared below. The wise man pointed. "Cross it." Arjun froze. "What if it breaks? What if I fall?" The old man said calmly, "That is fear speaking. It shows you what might go wrong, but it hides the truth, that you are stronger than you think. Step forward, one step at a time." Arjun's legs shook. The wood creaked. The river thundered beneath him. But he took another step, and another, and another. The fear didn't vanish, but it grew quieter. When he reached the other side, his heart pounded. Not with fear, but with pride. The old man smiled. "Do you see now? Fear told you a story of falling, but reality told you a story of strength." The second test came back at the clearing. The wise man placed a clay pot in front of Arjun. Inside, something moved. "Reach in," he said, "and take what is inside." Arjun hesitated. "What if it's a snake? What if it bites me?" The old man shook his head. "Fear is a master of imagination. It paints the worst picture, but until you face it, you'll never know the truth." "Go on," Arjun's hand trembled as he reached inside. He felt something soft, something alive. His breath caught. Then he pulled it out and laughed. It wasn't a snake. It was a tiny, harmless frog. The wise man smiled. Do you see? Fear made you suffer before anything even happened. It punishes you twice, once in your mind and once if danger is real. But most of the time, the danger is only in the mind. Then came the final test, the hardest one. They walked deeper into the jungle until a low growl echoed through the night. A pair of glowing eyes appeared. A wolf. Arjun froze. Master, we must run. But the old man said, no. Running will only make it chase you. Stand firm, face it, show it you are not weak. Arjun's body trembled, but he remembered the bridge. He remembered the pot. He stood tall. He did not move back. He stared straight into the wolf's eyes. The wolf growled once more, tilted its head, and disappeared into the darkness. Arjun gasped for breath, his heart racing, but this time, with power. I did it, he whispered. I thought I would die, but I stood my ground. The old man smiled. And now you know the final truth. Fear is not your enemy, it is your teacher. It shows you where your courage is needed. You do not defeat fear by running, you defeat it by standing, by acting, by walking through it. Arjun sat beneath the banyan tree, his chest full, not of fear, but of strength. The old man placed a hand on his shoulder. Remember, my child, fear is the gatekeeper of growth. Every time you face it, you grow stronger. Every time you walk through it, you move closer to your true self. Do not hate fear. Thank it, for it points to the very place where your courage is waiting. When dawn broke, Arjun bowed to the wise man. He walked out of the jungle, and though fear's shadow still followed him, it no longer ruled him, because now he knew the secret. Fear was not a wall, it was a door. And on the other side of that door was freedom. So, my friend, what fear stands before you right now? Is it the fear of failure? The fear of rejection? The fear of the unknown? Remember Arjun's lesson. Fear is not the end. It's the beginning. Step into it, and you will discover the courage that was always inside you. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And for more powerful life lessons, subscribe to Lamplit Tale, because sometimes one story can give you the courage to change your life.